Well, good evening. Raccoons are a problem for a lot of local homeowners, but rarely does it attempt to get rid of the rodents end like this. It's an important lesson about what to look for when hiring a company to remove pests.
I was awoken in the middle of the night about 2:30 a.m. by a loud noise, and there was scratching.
Eva DeMeo had an unwanted neighbor living in her attic, a raccoon like one of these that had apparently moved in. It was last January, and she needed help, so Eva called a pest control company to try to get it out. The company installed a door similar to this one that would allow the raccoon to leave and not return. She says she thought the raccoon was gone, but after hiring a second company to come and clean up her attic, they made a surprising discovery. Technicians from All Wildlife Removal opened her attic hatch and found a dead raccoon rotting just inside. After originally paying more than $300 for its removal, the raccoon's remains were a big surprise. Here she's on the phone with the company's owner.
And frankly, I'm disappointed.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
The first company said it did its job and can't explain why the raccoon was still living there. But All Wildlife Removal says it shouldn't have been, if the first company had simply looked in the attic when it was doing the removal.
And it should be protocol that any wildlife technician come into your house, enter that house, and go right to the attic, and that's their first form of an inspection.
Fact is, many companies don't do an attic inspection, and like so many kinds of consumer services, pest control techniques differ quite a bit. So do the people who show up at your house. Companies like All Wildlife wear safety equipment and carry insurance when they go to your roof. That's not so for many companies.
And I'd run a company that had at least a $5 million liability in case anything did actually happen in my roof.
Is it a one-stop shop? You know, you have a problem, we're going to get that animal out. Then we're going to prevent them from getting back in. Then we're going to go in and remove the fecal contamination.
The one thing I really learned is get an itemized bill of what they're prepared to do, what your guarantee is, because if you look at what I got, it wasn't detailed.
Now, wildlife removal isn't necessarily cheap, although some companies will offer a free inspection when you call about a problem. Again, shop around and don't base the decision entirely on who to hire based on the price. Well, in other consumer news, GE is recalling more than 30,000 washing machines sold in Canada because of a faulty wire that could cause them to catch fire. The front-loading washers were sold between December 2006 and May of this year for about $700. Consumers can contact the company to get a free repair. Meanwhile, IKEA is recalling 1.5 million blinds sold in Canada. That's because loose cords could cause strangulation. The recall covers all Roman, roller, and roll-up blinds that were sold between 1998 and 2009. Customers are being urged to return the blinds to IKEA to get a refund. That's Consumer SOS. If you have a consumer complaint, a comment, or a story ID, you can send me an email. The address sos@globaltv.com, or phone us 866-SOS-1414. That's 866-767-1414.